Hello, and welcome to the second part of our Forgotten Release Commentaries series. This video will cover OpenMW version 0.37.0, which is, by far, the biggest OpenMW release of all time. It not only brings the switch to a new rendering engine, the OpenSceneGraph renderer, but also solves a whopping 224 issues on our bug tracker. At the end of the last video, I asked you to tell us your opinion on the concept of the OpenMW release commentaries. As of now, the majority prefers the videos to be as detailed as possible, by splitting them up into two videos each, one for OpenMW and one for OpenMW-CS. We agree with this point of view. Accordingly, the video you are now watching deals with the OpenMW engine. If you want to know more about the progress on our editor, OpenMW-CS, there's a separate video available on our channel. Before we start, I want to point out something about OpenMW's current status. Our project is often mistakenly thought to be in an unplayable state of development. Truth is, while OpenMW is technically in alpha status, that means not yet feature complete, it is almost fully playable, with only a few minor features missing, and probably includes less bugs than the original engine. As of now, you should be able to play through every single quest of the game without hitting a snag. Please note that OpenMW's release count does not reflect a percentage of completion, but is just iterative, using semantic versioning. We will increase the major version from 0 to 1 when all our goals for version 1.0 are reached. Being the 37th minor version of major version 0, OpenMW version 0.37.0 is a big step forward in order to hit version 1.0 in the not too distant future. With that said, let's have a look at what's new. The first thing you will notice when upgrading from an older version of OpenMW is that there are neither shadows nor distant land nor object shaders available anymore. These features haven't been ported to the OpenSceneGraph renderer yet, but will make their appearance in one of the follow-up releases. The second thing that should come to your mind is the heavily improved performance of OpenMW. In fact, our engine finally performs better than, or at least equal to, the vanilla engine in most situations. One reason for this is the optimization of the resource manager, which now merges all data directories and BSA archives to one virtual file tree to speed up loading times. Other little changes like loading screens not blocking the actual loading procedure or optimizing the character preview in the inventory further improve frame rates and loading times. Version 0.37.0 also introduces a brand new feature to the OpenMW engine. The ability to cull small objects that couldn't be seen on the screen anyway, for example distant objects. This reduces the drawing time of the scene, thus increasing performance. To cut a long story short, OpenMW should now perform much better than before, and extreme situations like your PC running out of VRAM during gameplay should not occur anymore. Even in that early stage of implementation, you can see many improvements over the previous versions. Our workhorse scroll has not only ported almost every rendering task to the OpenSceneGraph rendering engine, but also managed to get rid of some long-time issues on our bug tracker. For example, NPCs are now scaled according to their weight as a result of non-uniform scaling. This is clearly visible when looking at good old Caius. Other NPCs haven't changed a bit though.
I'll see you dead.
Correct scaling is also true for the collision boxes of dead actors, may it be the victims of your recent spear berserk attack or some over-curious cliff racers. So taking a well-deserved loot shouldn't be a problem anymore. Creatures' collision boxes are resized too when a certain animation makes it necessary. Since version 0.17.0, OpenMW's water has been an eye candy, thanks to Squall's water shader, the so-called shiny. The shader has already been ported to the OpenSceneGraph renderer to compensate you for the temporary lack of shadows. Along with Squall's first attempt on a sun glare fader, the graphic quality of sunrise and sunset has reached a new level in Morrowind. Did you know that OpenMW formerly misaligned the moons? In any case, the trajectories of Massa and Secunda have been fixed. Oh, and Squall has improved the moon blending as well. Do you remember the old Morrowind bug which let you see everything below water level when swimming near the surface? Well, I would call this an exploit, and rather unpleasant from a visual perspective. Thanks to the OpenMW team, this is no issue anymore, at least when you switch to our open source engine. In addition, OpenMW now imports the underwater fog settings declared in the Morrowind ini file correctly. This makes the player's underwater experience much clearer. Another bug arose from OpenMW miscalculating the activation range of light sources. This led to seriously disturbing scenes where one underwater plant lit up a whole body of water during nighttime. The code has been fixed now, so your nightly swimming routines will become much darker in the future. Finally, the famous vibrating cells bug has been fixed. Wandering around in far-out cells will no longer cause the terrain to shake. Mods like Tamriel Rebuild, who greatly expand the used landmass, should now be a lot more comfortable to play through. Did you ever run into a combat scene where 7 guards were trying to fight down a rat and were desperately penetrating the air surrounding them, unintentionally hitting each other? Alas, these truly exhilarating moments are lost, for the new version allows the combat AI to correctly adjust the vertical angle of an attack move.
What was that?
Oh, and that means cliff racers will be able to hit you again too. Just a warning. In the past, actors involved in a fight with multiple opponents switched their combat targets way too often. This behavior is fixed now, so the AI's chances of beating up some bullies have increased. On the player's side, there have been changes too. Your character will no longer be able to ready his weapon while being paralyzed. Moreover, paralyzed characters cannot enter and exit the sneak mode anymore. To compensate you for these little drawbacks, it is now possible to start attacks during block animations. With version 0.37.0, you will also realize that NPCs no longer tend to give you the silence treatment when they die, but rather end their life screaming, as they did in vanilla Morrowind. Players' followers will now refrain from reporting crimes which you commit while they are traveling at your side, as to prevent themselves from ending up as a screamer too. Nobody likes telltales. In previous releases, it was possible to create single ingredient potions by using an ingredient with the same effect listed more than once. Moreover, if you just created a potion without any effect, no ingredients were removed from your inventory, while the game stated the well-known "your potion failed" text box. These two glitches have been solved, so get back to honest work, like buying copious amounts of cheap ingredients from a trader, creating dozens of potions and selling these potions back to the trader. Yeah. Not every magic effect can be used on any target. For example, open lock spells are only suitable for doors or containers. A former misbehavior allowing magic effect sounds and visual effects to be played on arbitrary targets could lead to minor glitches or even cause the game to freeze. This issue is solved now. Also, earlier versions didn't apply the magic effect of chameleon to creatures. I mean, everyone is used to trading with drunken mudcrabs, but have you ever haggled with an invisible drunken mudcrab trader in OpenMW? I guess not, unless you've checked out our current release. Vardenfell is quite a large place to be, and other mods may drastically expand the accessible landmass. To keep track of your journeys, it is possible to add nodes to the in-game map. Unfortunately, nodes taken in exterior cells which are automatically marked, such as towns or large dungeons, would not appear in those markers tooltips. This has been fixed in version 0.37.0. And for those of you who want to know how much time they've already spent on Vardenfell, there's a game time tracker available now, which is shown in the corresponding save preview when loading a game. As you can see, my powerful level 1 character has already put countless hours into skill grinding. In the past, there have been many complaints about books and scrolls not scaling with higher screen resolutions. This has now been implemented and should greatly improve your reading experience. In addition, you can easily scale your whole user interface by changing the appropriate setting in the settings configuration file located in your user directory. You may also have noticed that I am using a different font type. In contrast to the vanilla engine, OpenMW can make use of TrueType fonts, which scale losslessly. Those fonts retain their readability even at very high resolutions. In this case, I'm using the free open source Pelagiat font created by Isaska to replace Morrowind's Magic Cards font. If your eyes are tired of Morrowind's textual blurriness, check out our wiki for more information. That's all for now. If you want to support our project in a financial way, there's still the option to become a patron of Scroll on Patreon, or to fill up our server funds. I don't want to overtax your patience, but have a look on Scroll's supernal effort he's putting into OpenMW. And now imagine he could work on our project full time. In any case, the corresponding links are available below this video and on our homepage, openmw.org. Don't forget to check out the awesome OpenMW-CS video of this release, in which I'm going to present the 10 most effective anti-cliff racer sprays. And, well, mouse picking in the world space. Anyway, also consider reading through the official release notes for at least feature-length entertainment, and visit our forums on openmw.org. Until next time, thanks for watching.